Hey guys, Joshua Peterson, Peterson Electric here today. Wanted to show you how we're powering it's kind of like an outbuilding for a customer, and it's a residential at their home. What they had in the past is this little knob and two separate cloth wires coming across to that pole and then down to the edge of the building, and then it wrapped kind of the edge of that metal, and it didn't even come down a conduit. So we had a short in the house, and blew out a room. That outbuilding was tied to this room, so we gave them an estimate on how to repair that right. Had a little bit of a challenge, but we got onto the main panel on the left, the GE, going straight up, and we got our two risers there. We secured the other one because it needed it, so you can see this guy wire coming right there, and it Ys between them. And we anchored that to a joist upstairs in the attic. And anyways, it came across. We had to meet at least 10 foot in the yard. We did 12.5, and the reason why is we got about almost 2 foot from the roof right there. And we ran a 1.5" IMC conduit. I wouldn't do anything less than that. Could even go 2 inch. But we did a number 4 triplex, and you have to have a ground because we got 240 volts. Let's give you another perspective. Way up this pole, we put 2 knobs up here with 2 wedge clamps, making sure our wires were separated so they don't gouge in any way. So we had to wrap an extra number 4 all the way over, so that was going to be for our neutral. We identified that one as it came across. So we've got 240 going to this building. We're going to do it at 50 amps. We'd probably go 60 amps on number 4, but they said 50 is plenty. And then we drilled the top of that roof. You can see that roof jack right there, and brought up the conduit and attached here. So I'll show you what we also secured. The biggest bear was trying to wrestle up that ladder. That's pretty high. I think we were about 18 feet up there. So we took their old points where the wire was coming around and it was rubbing on the roof. We drilled it, put a boot, cocked it, and then took this guy wire and twisted it to a mini, and then that allowed us to secure that conduit even better. And then, of course, here's our wedge clamp up there with our strap and our weatherhead. And our drip loop. That comes down. We secured this panel really well. Some 7/16 lags in there. And then that's a piece of strut with a strut strap. And then right there into the panel as well. And then we're just going to repower their old little disconnect. So their little disconnect, we're running out of light here. I'll try to show you. Had a little fusible disconnect, and we're just going to come out of our MA 1.5" right there, coming up to that disconnect and killing that and refeeding this with the GFCI. This whole building's ran on one circuit, so if they want to rewire later, they can. But it's a nice little outbuilding. They just do some art and stuff in here. It's nothing huge and large. But anyways, yeah. So wanted to show you guys what that takes to get that across. It was about 100 foot of number 4 triplex up there. And it's kind of hard stuff to find in certain areas because they don't always do overhead anymore and stuff. We thought about going underground, but we got a deck there and then cutting into this concrete. They prefer us just to bounce off that pole and come across, because that's their pole anyways, where they Y for the neighbor's power and her primary coming in, and now this is the secondary. Alright guys, we do small stuff like that all the time. Give us a call. Thanks.